Hello, good morning. Welcome to your midweek live with Gabby, with me, Myleene Klass. Gabby's left me in charge, brave woman. And as it's a leap year and the 29th of February, women around the UK will scrap tradition and propose to their man. So, we want your proposal stories. Was it better than your wildest dreams, or was it a bit of a damp squib? I mean, on my occasion, my poor husband, he nearly got arrested for pyromania, but there you go, it's a horror story. Even better, though. If you're a woman proposing, we want to know from you. So, you know what? In fact, we could probably help you out. So just give us a shout. Details are coming in just a moment. Here's what's coming up on today's show. Everyone on their best behaviour. Defendant Jack Meadows in long-running police drama The Bill. So let's have a look at Simon's first day on the beat in 1990.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was 18 years. 18
years.
Yeah. But I never planned it to be 18, you know. I mean, 6 months at any time, you know.
And you still thought that, like, after 10 years, after 15
did, yeah,
years?
because a lot of very good people they went through, it became an hour long, and they stayed with the crime.
You know, you'd have one woman in labour and someone else brandishing a gun. It was a bit dramatic.
Yeah, no, it was giving birth, you know. And,
as you do.
And she was saying, "It's coming, Jack, it's coming!" Oh, it is, it's essential. The uniform.
You're known as the actor, but it must be weird because they only know you in that shape and form.
Well,
talking of just an actor, I mean, a lot of people cut their teeth on The Bill. You know, they're Hollywood stars now. You've got Russell Brand, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, he came and did an episode. He was marvellous. And then sorting him out. And so it was just a night in Sun Hill, and it was very dark.
Dramatic aspects of your work, and this is reflecting perfectly now because you're on the stage. And quite a political, well, it's got a political bent to it, this play that you're in.
Yeah, well, it's this fantastic guy called Nicholas Kent who's been running the trials.
Guessing I can figure out what it's about, but could you give us a bit of an idea, I suppose,
well, what
aspect of it? Like...
Well, what it is, you know, the Iranian so-called threat, if there is a threat, we don't know, you know. It's right up until now. And it's something which has been a part of all our lives.
Execution, because you have to see it in two parts? Or in two shows?
Yeah. Then on weekends we do the whole show on Saturday and Sunday.
I mean, is this a clever ploy to get people to keep on coming back, or is just this a new way of viewing theatre?
Yeah, or not, you know. Yeah. Take the dress off. Yeah. Wrong dress, yeah. And me, Simon, and then it's... Paul, and then it's David, and it's Tarek, and then it's Daniel, and then it's Rick, and then upstairs, and the three girls have a dressing room to themselves. Or was it three? No, two. Two, yeah. I had to beat Baldwin up.
Anywhere?
No, thanks, Myleene.
We're going to need your help later on in the show. Still to come, Paul Connolly, who suffered an appalling childhood. Hello, welcome back to the show. I'm Myleene Klass, standing in for Gabby today. Now, later, gift ideas for guys. Now, we've been encouraging you all week to get reading, and here's further inspiration for you now. Author Louise Renison is the creator of the very successful Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging that they're pretty much Bibles for a generation of 14-year-old girls. Now, Louise has a new trilogy of books, but first, let's take a look at her debut novel, which became a movie.
Today.
Please welcome Louise Renison.
Yeah.
Nongas.
Do you know what they are?
Boobies?
Yeah.
Oh,
but do you know why they called that?
I don't.
That was, yeah, but the Americans believe that
I'd love to meet his wife.
It's at school, and actually added, you know, osity to lots of words. That seems on the television. No, I've got many revenges through my idiot family somewhere.
Okay.
But
just happens to resemble your sister. Okay.
But actually, when I wrote the first book, because I didn't know how to write a book, and it came out, I had dances at school for no reason. I don't know why Vikings, but anyway. And there's a lot of paddling and horn performance there.
Yes, because I was reading the book last night and I was chuckling away because you can just see. But everybody wants to be. Well, most teenagers or most.
I know with beards because one of the girls.
If you're ever looking for a recruit. And actually, I mean, when I was reading up about your childhood and I mean,
part of the reason I became who I am, I think, is because of that cultural thing, you know, as
storytelling.
Yeah, it is actually. I don't know if you've got any Irish in your family.
I'm married to an Irishman. And do come back a little later on. I've got a job for you. Now later. Hello, welcome back to Live with Gabby with me, Myleene Klass. Today is the one day every for 18. Simply get online and follow the instructions. OK, as it's the 29th February, women will scrap tradition and propose to their partner. So, we're asking for you and your proposal story. Need a woman to propose today. Mind you, I don't know if I'd be so brave. In fact, I know I wouldn't. I'm quite traditional. Now, Paul Connolly's story starts at just 2 weeks old. He grew up in care homes and was subjected to a horrific childhood, barely educated, meaning he didn't learn to read or write until his late 20s. Incredibly, Paul has prospered in life, and a huge moment came last year when he topped the Amazon ebook bestseller list with his autobiography. So welcome to the show, Paul. The whole time, how do you even comprehend it all? How do you comprehend that happened to one person? Well, let's start from the very beginning. So, so what happened? You know, you were two weeks old.
I was 2 weeks old. Yeah, I was alive.
Ben.
Yeah, they found me out with the rubbish. Apparently, yeah.
Oh my God.
I was an operation called Operation Mapperton, where they were investigating 30 years of abuse at the children's home.
Now, the abuse was physical, sexual...
And mental, yeah.
And crucially, you to do that, and you were just a kid yourself.
Yeah.
And she was a child. I mean, that must be petrifying.
Oh,
very sad to read that it became your normality as well.
Yeah.
You actually said it was just like butter and margarine, the systematic abuse.
It's not just people...
Comes in, I mean, you never learnt to read, you never learnt to write, so... As you had no outlet, it manifested itself in violence.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, I was a good amateur fighter, and it became... do things to me, for want of a better word.
But then that faltered as well because you had an accident,
yeah.
So that stopped your boxing career. So how did you then start to learn to read and write?
Well, the crux of embarrassing that is, as a grown man, you know, as a proud grown man, you know, somebody who really...
Because you've described yourself as not unintelligent, just uneducated, and
yeah.
you know that really strikes a chord with, you know, for me, because I've got a friend who can't read or write.
Right.
He's, you know, in his 40s, and I think he's incredible. Because how do you get through life without reading and writing? Like, especially in the Western world, where everyone's sending emails and texts, and you know, you're reading maps or whatever else.
It's extremely tough.
Reading menus in a restaurant, say, what do you do?
Well, you don't. I can remember when I was dating lots of times, yeah, I was the first in education, and some people don't have that opportunity, and that closes so many doors, and it's such a shame.
But you did learn to read and write, you persevered, you found the courage to do it, and you wrote a book that has outsold The Help and Girl with a
Amazing. No, it's amazing. We got ourselves...
You didn't? Oh, no, that's hideous. All odds.
Against all odds.
Would you send out to, you know, somebody out there who maybe can't read or write as well as I'd like to?
I just think it's never...
Well, thank you. You are a complete inspiration. Thank you very much.
You.
After the break, Simon Rouse and Louise Rennes. Hello, welcome back to the show. Simon Rouse and Louise for what might be the craziest part of daytime TV I've ever witnessed. And as it's the 29th of February, we're asking for your proposals to propose to your fellas, but you're obviously as wimp as I am. Righto, Alison Cork is here, and we're not just talking socks and aftershave. But before that, it's leap year, which means one thing. Traditionally, a woman can ask a man to marry them. But what really does make a man worth marrying? Bonkers. Thanks to Kirsten O'Brien. But if you're not planning on proposing to your man today, why not treat them to something special to let them know that you love them? Now, here with the feast of ideas is our super talented craft design and gizmo expert. You can either make at home or that you can buy if you have some cash to splash. Now, welcome, Alison.
Hello.
Now, before...
Boys.
Oh, my God!
Boys.
I was told by someone backstage, you know, to ask this story. I'm glad I did. That's unbelievable. Beautiful.
We're still married.
Glad to hear it. OK, well, then you clearly are the expert in these things. What have you got for us? There's a lot of drink that I can see.
Well, you know what? I thought we'd start snap.
You sauce poor Alison.
Well, there's some chilli jam with Your Hot.
OK,
Get
so
it?
this has been made by you?
Yes, this is homemade.
Okay.
It's got the normal ingredients you'd expect in a chilli. Really easy, you know, it's tomato, it's pepper, the lid, but I think that looks quite pretty. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Would you like something like that?
Chili jam. No, I like chutney.
Chutney.
A bit of a...
You Mexican?
In the modern way.
I'm not Mexican.
Is your husband Mexican?
No, and I actually don't like chilli, to be honest.
What can I say? There's something there for everyone. We finally got Simon there.
Thank you.
All those are on our website. Huge thank you to all of my guests today. Gabby's back tomorrow with Robbie Savage, fresh from the Strictly Tour, #1 ladies detective agency author Alexander McCall-Smith. We find out why it's so important to get your kids reading. Tracy Beaker star Danny Harmer tells us about her anti-bullying campaign, and Davina McCall is here as well. See you tomorrow live at 10 past 11.